How can you control diabetes? So when we talk about carbohydrates, we all know that cereals as a fruit give us more benefits than having as juices. You cannot replace any meal with fruits. Protein is a very important part of our diet. The benefits of protein. Namaste, I am Hema Arvind. I head the Department of Nutrition and Dietetics at Ramaiah Memorial Hospital. Welcome back. So today I am going to speak to you on protein. Protein is a very important part of our diet, and most of us miss on that or lack in that. Protein is, as you can see, I have kept it in front of me. It need not be only animal protein or protein which we get from animal sources. We can also get proteins from plant sources. In that, the first thing that we have shown is soya bean, which is the highest source of protein for a vegetarian. So a lot of us may not be eating eggs. Some of us may be vegans who avoid any animal product. For us, soy is very good. So you can have soya bean in any form. You can have soy milk. Then we have commonly used dals, then we have lentils, we have horse gram, we have tur dal, red gram dal, and then we have the beans, which is rajma or the lobia. So all these should be a regular part of our diet. All our meals should be balanced in terms of the carbohydrates, proteins and fats. If you're just having, for example, if you just have for breakfast, if I say idli with chutney or sambar, that's not a complete breakfast. We have to have a protein with it to give us satiety, and also protein will boost up our metabolism. It will start the cells in our body to begin their work. Otherwise, it's of no use. Proteins, which most of the science students would the moment I say protein, remember or know is that it is used for wear and tear. So anything happening in the body, you fall down, you get a cut, for that healing, protein is required. Protein is required for growth. If you have some issue with, if you have had a fall and you fracture yourself, to improve that also you need proteins. And then if you're eating only carbohydrates, like as I said earlier, if you're eating only idli, we would normally say have 2 or 3 small idlis, but if you're not having protein with it, you would want to have 6 to 7. I have come across patients who say we eat 6 idlis, we have 5 dosas for breakfast, we have 4 to 5 chapatis. The reason is they are concentrating on the quantity and to fill their stomach, because if they're working or they are not able to get a break, and they know lunchtime would be after 4 or 5 hours or 6 hours, they want to eat well, they want to keep the stores ready in their stomach that I do not feel hungry, so they concentrate more on quantity, which is not the way it should be done. So you should have, if you're having idli, have 3 small idlis. With your idli, chutney sambar is good enough, but then for a protein source, if you eat egg, you can have paneer, you can have sprouts. So these are the way you can introduce protein. You need not go out of the way to buy things or which are expensive, which may not fit in your budget, but commonly used things. What you can do is you can soak green gram, or you can soak rajma, sprout it and keep it in an airtight container in your fridge every week or once in few days, and then just before your breakfast take out a little, steam it a little, have it as a salad or add it in your sambar, make a gravy out of that. So here we have listed out the benefits of protein. So make sure that you include protein. It gives you satiety. If you now use the internet, there's a lot of information given about protein. The seeds which you eat are protein. The dry fruits and nuts are protein. So now a lot of people have started using nuts as a snack because it has fiber and some protein which gives them satiety. So rather than, again I would go back to say that rather than having something which your tongue likes, maybe few pakodas in the evening with your tea, or having some chips, or having something from your bakery, if you have a fistful of nuts, which would have all the nuts in it. It could have cashew, it could have walnut, it could have almonds, it could have pista, it could have groundnuts. that gives you satiety, and that's also good for your health, rather than having something which is just giving you satiety and making your tongue happy, but your health is not going to be happy with it. So these are some commonly used dals which we use. You can use it in any form. You can make flour with some of these and use it. So normally what we tell our patients is, because soy has something called as trypsin inhibitors, so I cannot directly use soy as we would use other pulses, because if you are just soaking it and using it, making something with it, the trypsin inhibitors will not go. So there's some process for that which is time consuming and which everybody cannot do. So for soy, we tell people to use soy flour. So if you're making chapati, in your wheat atta, you can add soy flour, you can add some chana, and then make your chapati, which makes it a nutritious chapati. We can also call it as misi roti. Or if you're having, always cereal pulse combination improves the protein quantity. By that, I can give you the example of the commonly thing called as khichdi, which has some rice, which could have some millets, with one of these pulses with vegetables, which is a complete meal. The thing is, cereals lack in an amino acid and pulses lack in another amino acid, and when you combine them, they complement each other and improve the protein quality. So the examples commonly would be khichdi, or having your chapati with rajma, or having your chapati with paneer, again, or having bisibele bath, which is common to South India, where there is rice, dal, vegetables, which is a complete meal by itself. So always plan your meals. Again, I would go back and say mindful eating. You can always plan. The common observation that I made here, where I work and in the state where I work, is that in the morning everybody is having only rice, which is a staple here, because it's easy to make. So I can understand, for a working woman to get up in the morning, plan for the breakfast, plan for the packed lunch, would be a little difficult, even if she's getting up early to make and making that effort. So what they would do is plan for rice items which are easy to make, which could be made at one go. So for this, you just need to think about what breakfast you want or what packed lunch a day earlier, the previous night. Keep most of the things ready, like cut your vegetables, or you need to soak something, so that next day morning the pre-preparation is done. Next day morning it's nothing major. You just have to mix everything and make the breakfast that you want. So always understand, there is no shortcut to success. You have to work hard, in that meaning that if you want to control your diabetes, lead a healthy life, because diabetes over a period of time, like number of years, it goes on, there are chances you are going to end up with complication. So if you want to minimize that or delay it, you have to have a careful look into your diet. Plan your diet properly, spend a little more time planning, then do things in a hurry. That's why I said there is no shortcut to success. I have seen many diabetics who have been diabetics for n number of years, but who are very good with their control. It is just that they are well knowledgeable, they are good with their timings, they are good with their diet and their medicines, and that helps them to keep their diabetes under control. Thank you.